close your eyes type shit.
Yeah.
I feel like if something was scary enough, you might not be able to see anymore after that.
That might be it.
Yeah, you might just your eyes might just shut off. Like like a
uh,
like a TV tube when it's been on too long. Like I'm
right.
out.
Right.
Fuck your power button, I'm out. But I would think the opposite way wouldn't be so swift. You know what I mean? That's like dying slow. Like
Okay.
if it was something shockingly attractive and you just stared for so long,
You
use your muscles, like you
there
know what I mean?
is
Like
yeah, no, there is a scene in one of the King Killer Chronicles books by I'm blanking on the dude's name, but fantasy author, where basically the protagonist gets transported to the
what's the
Feywild, which
thing?
is the land of fairies. Like it's kind of like a mystical other dimension of the multiverse,
Uh-huh.
and it's basically where all like the fantastical creatures live, like centaurs, satyrs,
Right.
fairies, etc. And he basically becomes so entranced in this Fey woman that like he is physically unable to leave her side. It almost more ties into your sleep paralysis. And the story goes is that he is there for like untold years, and when he finally does escape, or when the Fey woman grows tired of him, he returns, and although it's been like 15 years for him, he returns and no time has passed, and he's just like completely baffled and like almost can't look at another woman
Right.
again.
Okay, I see now. Okay, you tied it. Okay, I see the relation. At
Yeah,
first, I
yeah,
was
yeah. You're like, where
wondering
the fuck are
where.
you going?
Right, right.
I hear you.
But maybe like yeah, I could see you being entranced as such that you go blind, or maybe they didn't mean that at all. Maybe they meant blind to things around you.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like you're blind. Like, yeah, you can see her, but you're blind to what's going on here.
Right.
I don't know.
No, I
But
think
that
that that's actually what it could mean, is that once you see, like, to your point, if it's a beautiful thing, you don't want to see anything else for the rest of your life. You want that to be the last thing you ever saw.
well, I don't know about lasting.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
I
about
want that to be the last
lasting.
thing I ever see.
I don't know about lasting.
Oh goodness, what are you gonna do?
I might be a little upset if that's the last thing I saw. That's like
What would you
especially
rather see? Family, loved ones.
I don't know. That's a good question. But I almost feel like seeing something like that, like you said, so intrinsically beautiful, and that be the last thing you saw before you go, it's almost like winning a lottery ticket and dying on the way to cash it in.
Okay,
You
all
know what
right.
I
What if
mean?
it was afterwards? What if you did cash it? You cashed it. You don't actually get to spend it, I guess, or tell people about
No, and even still, that's
it.
not. Yeah, it's not.
It's still
That's
not
not a
doing it for
life
you.
well lived. That's like a yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, no. And then I'm going all crazy. My head's going elsewhere. Um,
What you got?
Allegedly.
what where did we get put hair on your chest?
Well, it's usually related to the drink, right?
Is it?
Whiskey will put hair on your chest,
Okay, that might be right.
and I think it burns from the inside, so it comes out.
Listen, let me
It's
just
the
say
ash
that
that's left after you have a glass of that.
that was the case. It'd be a lot of hairy bitches out here. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't
I
know.
don't. But that whole that I've heard it. I've heard it other than alcohol.
I'm trying to think of other examples.
Not nah.
What?
Who's the more foolish, the
I
fool
thought
or the
it's
fool who follows him?
I thought it's something. But nah.
Not one for tonight.
Nah. Nah, we'll pass on that.
All right. Well, what I will say is, so for those that haven't figured it out, our topic was foolish theories and why they might be true. So that's where the topics kind of started. We'll see. The one that I've been thinking about after going through that heat wave in Seattle and seeing that there's another one on the way. Like, they're talking it could get up to 130 degrees, which is like close to the all-time record high anywhere on the planet.
Where where are they
see,
talking about that at?
I didn't see where specifically, just on the basically the Pacific Northwest is kind of what I had seen.
What's that? Where's that?
The Oregon, Washington, California, okay. Yeah. And what I was thinking about was maybe, now this is a reach, maybe the world really is run by lizard people. And global warming is to make them comfortable. Those in power, the lizard people that are in power, didn't like how cold the planet could be in some places. And so they're just trying to roast the whole thing up.
But aren't lizards cold-blooded?
Right. So they don't generate their own heat. They need it.
Oh, right. Okay. Nah, them motherfuckers would have died or stay in Florida.
Well, the bad ones stayed in Florida. That's why you could do the Florida man search.
Now, because of course we've all heard the theory, the lizard people theory.
That's right.
But course. Is that a lizard person? Like, wouldn't you be able to tell if it was? Like, don't they live underground or something like that they say?
No, I thought that's crab people. I thought it was...
There's crab people too?
There's crab people. They live underground. The lizard people... There is an old sci-fi series, I think from the 70s, maybe the early 80s, was just called V. And V stood for visitor. And the visitors were these aliens that came to Earth, and they looked like people, except they really didn't. They were just wearing people's skin. And when you took it off, they were lizard people underneath. And basically what they did was they would assassinate people in places of power and swap them out with one of their own. Right. And that's how they slowly took over the Earth. And so the series was called V, and it originally stood for visitor, and then like the whole idea was it was the human resistance that the V became a symbol for victory.
But that has had to have been around for longer than that 1970s movie.
Oh, I'm sure it's based on some Lovecraftian thing, or H.G. Wells, or and I honestly I should know that in terms of where that.
Well, don't they have it on like the hieroglyphs?
So you had Osiris that was more of a bird. You had a couple that were like cat-like. Were there ones that were snakes and lizards?
I thought.
I don't know. That's one we'd have to look up.
Because I remember that one everybody was talking about, or they were trying to see if it was like actually real, of like it had like the saucers and the helicopters and the airplanes and the like, but it was all modern. Like it was like you
It
could make
looked
out
modern,
what
but
that.
it was hieroglyphics.
Right, and everybody was saying that was like altered or something like that, and they proved it to be accurate.
In terms of it was from the right time period, like the
Right.
actual writing.
Before we had that technology type shit, but well, supposedly had that technology, you know what I mean? But that goes back to circular or parallel.
Right. Well, I mean, there is still and I think we've talked about this one before. We could be the.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt that it's not like we wouldn't be a big
That was kind of
left here.
Do you think it is a hiding in plain sight? Do you think it is they are living somewhere where we haven't yet found them? Do you think it is they've developed like cloaking
place where like we talk about all the time? The world is what 70 what's it called now?
In terms of, to me, that is something that is very plausible. I don't know. We would have to achieve a certain technological advancement in order to be able to detect something.
To be able to to prove it, right? But if it's almost like the murderer's providing you with the shit to solve the murder.
Right.
I'm only going to give you enough, but not enough to catch me.
I'm going to give you enough that you can make a PS5.
You know what I mean?
And start doing virtual reality.
And some surveillance cameras and drones and shit. But if you knew what we were doing right now, they're probably accessing everybody's webcam as we speak, just looking through shit for just pure entertainment.
Right. Well, I mean, that's what the NSA does, so we can already do that.
Listen.
They got free access to all the
listen, they probably on it like the fucking Minority Report. They probably pulling videos down and layering them like these two are talking about the same shit. Dump them off in that folder.
One of these days, we're going to hit on something, though, and we're going to either get a phone call or we're just going to disappear.
Listen.
It's like, oh, shit, they figured it out.
You can disappear me, baby, but I ain't going down without a fight. Whether it's a lizard person, a man in black, a government agent. Listen.
Here come the man in black.
I'm just saying. You already know I prepare. I prepare for it all.
I get it. So for those that were watching us live, this is again YouTube shit. I can't do anything about it. I wish I could, but so this will probably be better on the audio this time around for anybody that's still out there, still listening. Can't really do anything about it. So shit happens.
Damn, Joe. Well, YouTube, y'all better get y'all's motherfucking shit together before tomorrow.
Right. What y'all got tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I don't know who I was going to be on at the moment, but I actually got a nice amount of topics to talk about.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's not so dry, like, especially, and not to get into it, but, you know, like there's been a lot of discussion on ESPN about, you know, the upcoming season.
Yeah.
There's the Poirier-McGregor fight.
Right.
There's been other news that's been going on. So I feel like it'll be a full episode. I just don't want to keep losing views to technical difficulties. You know what I mean?
I get that.
We're trying to climb and YouTube just won't let a nigga be great.
I mean, I hear you.
Maybe they already figured it out, and that's why our podcast didn't work. And they like, nope. They too close to home.
Right.
We've been giving them hints and clues about aliens. Matter of fact, speaking of, and this is crazy that it would be on the podcast version that this would come up. Don't you remember? I fucking said it. I said the next thing that you're gonna know is the U.S. military is gonna fire a missile at one of these motherfuckers, and we gonna see what happens next. Did you see that video?
No.
Oh shit.
Tell me about it. So did we fire on some UFO?
And the motherfucker laughed at us.
He just said bye.
I'm gonna send you the video. I gotta look it up. I can't remember. I know where to find it at worst case, but it was like these 3 dots in the sky, and they looked like they were dripping. Like something was dripping off of them. Like I don't know what it was, but it like because it's infrared, right? So all you see is the black and like shit, like moving around it, like I don't know if it's like glowing or whatever it is. You see little shit dripping, and all you see is somebody fires a missile, and it comes in like at an angle, and then comes across, and looks like it hits them, and the like you just see the ships go blank, and the I don't know what happened to the missile, and then they just pop back up like and start dripping again like nothing ever happened. And I was like. And you can hear them over the broadcast. Like I thought it was a hit, or it was like I'm just looking like, man, you should know, like why you can't just shoot at shit, especially if you don't know what the shit is that you're shooting at.
Right. We haven't learned enough on that front yet.
You know what I mean? That's like me going out on a hike with a fucking 22 pistol and get attacked by a bear. I can shoot as many clips as I want at that bear.
It's not gonna matter.
Right, that's not gonna slow that bear down one bit. He might go to sleep later on after he's got a full stomach from eating me and be like, God damn, I got hit a few times. But that bear's okay.
Right.
And then I said it. I said it when we talked about it. I said, we are full of ego. We're going to see something like that. And we're going to say, well, what happens if I do shoot a missile at it? And now that you did, it's like, well, it's my turn.
Right.
Or hopefully they're higher of a being to know that they didn't really mean that. You know what I mean?
They were just playing.
I'll judge them off of intent over action. And that was just a child being curious. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way I can see him not retaliating.
Well, and again,
unless the video was doctored, but it definitely didn't seem that way.
I guess my question is at that point, like, what happened to the missile is what I want to know. Like, did it detonate, or did it drop, or did they just disintegrate it, or
that's my whole thing. You didn't see an explosion. It was like, it looked like it hit something. Like it looked like it hit.
It just went dink.
But it's like everything just disappeared as it made impact. And then right when they thought they hit, you see them, the ships flash back on the infrared. Like, nah, we still here. I was like, see, now y'all just fucking poking the bear. Right. Literally poking the bear. Listen, but I said it again. That'd be the only thing to bring everybody together, is a bigger threat other than ourselves.
Well, and I mean, I think, again, I'll default to science fiction. Science fiction has taught that to us a bunch of times.
And you know what, though? And I know we've had the conversation before in the past, but now it's starting to make sense to me, because remember we said it, like, if you do have an ant farm, right, you're not going to let that ant farm destroy itself.
Right.
Now, if all your ants is fighting in the farm and they're not, tunneling their ways through to make shit happen, that's a problem.
If you've got a bunch of soldiers and not enough workers.
Right. So at that point, my first question is, if we've always talked about, and we know, and everybody has been saying this since Orson Welles, the greater threat is the only thing to unite the people, then I'm sure the lizard people, aliens, whatever you call itself running the world, are aware of that as well, right? And I think I may have said this at a point. So my question is, at that point, do you send pawns in?
to be cannon fodder, just to...
Exactly,
test
just to
things
rile
out.
up the people to be like, they're out there, so be prepared, but we can take them
Yeah.
because you don't want to end up running the world yourself. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. If that's your intent.
Right, but it'd be better off if somebody did it for me.
Yeah. Well, I want, like, in that sense, it's almost like if it's the
That's like best case scenario.
right.
Worst case scenario, they come down and eliminate the ones that they feel like
could
you're
be
fucking up.
could actually
not,
be a threat, or
right.
the ones that
And that may be the best case scenario. We don't know.
Right. Does that bring about peace?
It could, definitely could, or bring about not, because usually that's one thing that I have always learned is if shit's run by greed, usually when you eliminate the main motherfucker benefiting,
right.
You see all the other greedy people take that motherfucker's place.
Yeah, and I'm still here. Sorry, my screen's flickering.
You good?
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah, I saw that a bit on mine too. So I don't know if it's just you.
Well, it could just be connection in a wire. I don't know.
No,
all sorts of technical issues tonight.
But yeah, no, I don't see, because I don't think you can just eliminate somebody, because that's always how it is. You chop the head of the snake off.
Mean, how many times have we seen that with dictatorships in general? Usually what you replace them with is no better.
Right. That's exactly what I was about to say. Usually you chop the head of the snake off, and along comes a bigger snake.
Right. You have killed the threat to the next up threat, and sometimes it's worse. I mean, that's the whole
exactly
Kim Jong-il versus Kim Jong-un, right?
And that's usually what's the dude that led before Putin?
Right.
He wasn't a Putin.
Mm-mm.
And something in me kind of likes Putin. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
all right,
I don't
Trump.
know if it's I don't know if it's his style. It's just I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what it is about him. I'm not gonna say I like him.
Well, you're not gonna say you don't like him.
Right. I'll just say something draws me to him. Like, I can't say I wouldn't have a shot with him and be like, what's popping? Like, what's the deal?
Good?
You can let me know. I don't give a fuck either way.
Right. I hear you on that.
And I still probably would. They probably kill me because I'd be like, I can't snitch. Can't tell you what we talked about. And listen, I ain't Dennis Rodman. I ain't never fucked Carmen Electra. They'll get rid of me. You know what I'm saying?
Disappeared.
Right. Is that their baby?
Wait, what?
I just fucking thought about that. Did Dennis Rodman have a child before he got with Carmen Electra? I think that's their baby. Dennis Rodman has a son right now that I think just graduated from high school that's going into college.
What?
And he's a fucking monster. And I'm wondering if Carmen Electra is his mom, because he's very fair-skinned and he has like better hair than Dennis did.
So we're talking DJ Rodman?
Yeah.
Well, there's Wikipedia for that.
Right. Is Carmen Electra his mom? And does it say where he went to college or where he's going to college?
High school in Newport Beach.
He might not have committed yet, because I think this was his senior year this year.
Committed to play college basketball for Washington State.
Okay. Okay. But it don't say if that's Carmen Electra's son.
But let me look.
But I'm sure Dennis Rodman liked white girls all around. Let's be honest.
True.
You know what I'm
Probably
saying? Like he was the first punk rock nigga that ever came about before Lenny Kravitz and all that.
His mom is Michelle Moyer.
Okay.
The third wife of Dennis Rodman. Was
she somebody? I don't mean it like that. I mean, I know they're all somebody, but I mean, like, was she famous before like she sounds Rodman? Like I like that name. I feel like I know.
I mean, my guess is she was in porn at some point,
Right, I wouldn't doubt it. Fucking a dentist. That just sounds
Right,
like I was
and I don't
thinking
mean
like,
that as a knock. That's a respectable profession.
of
Just
course. What
saying
you mean?
that she,
Shit,
the way
OnlyFans
she
popping.
looks, and the fact that she's with Rodman. That's more a reflection on him than of her.
Listen, you don't
I
gotta
don't know
be
anything about her.
You don't gotta be Scrooby Dooby Doo to figure that out, there, guy. You don't need the mystery.